Hey guys, ILene Vick here for Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. And boy, do I have a presentation for you today. This is the Worlds Within Worlds by Kirby Rosanes. I'm sure a lot of you know about it, have heard about it. And I am working on a special method and project that I want to show you that I think you're going to love. Of course, you can let me know. All right, so here's the picture I'll be working on. It's the moon with the trees on the inside. And the special thing that I am going to show you is a method, excuse my arm there, of how to paint with wet eyeshadow. Ta-da! This is a really neat method. It's just, I think, a really great one. And I'm going to show you how I've done it. All right, so here is a scrap piece that I was working on. You know that I like to do one up for you so you can see what we're aiming for. This particular one, I have used a beautiful purple and a pink. I have the background in here, the nice blue. And then I went ahead and used my paint pen. I've shown you this before. It's by Painters, P-A-I-N-T-E-R-S. I will tell you, however, that I will be investing in some Posca pens. I think that they're going to be a little bit better for what I want to do. But as far as this is going here, it did a beautiful job. You can see that I went ahead and added some dots and also over the little stars, I went ahead and, did some little dots and like I said, the stars. So I am really excited to show you this. I think it's going to be a really great method. I think you'll love it. It's very straightforward, so you won't feel intimidated at all. And I think you're also going to see that you can get some really nifty results with it. All right, so let's get going with this. Let me pull you in. So the first thing that I did, and this is up to you whether you want to do it or not, is I went ahead and cut the page out of the book. Now, I'm eventually going to be working on the other page, which is the dragon with the village on top, and it is on the other side, but that's okay, no problem. I like to have my individual pages rather than wrestling with a book. All right, so here's what you're going to need. You are going to need a paintbrush. This is a set of brushes actually that I bought from Walmart. They're cheapy brushes, very inexpensive. Yeah, this was all one set because it's it's all the same blue handle. But actually it was a really nice set, relatively inexpensive, good quality brushes for, what I'm doing here. And then you are also going to need, hold on here. You're going to need colored pencils, of course. These are different brands. I've got my Zenicolor. I've got my Cool Banks. I'm not really at this point recommending one over the other. You can use whatever that you want to use. But I had pulled out a selection of colors that I was using. So I just wanted to kind of keep those on hand so you can see. All right, and then you are going to need a cup of a glass with a little bit of water in the bottom here. Don't want to tilt that too far and dump it on my page, which of course is very likely with me because I tend to be a klutz. And then the last thing that you're going to need, let me move that, is eyeshadow. Now, Let me get you out here. This eyeshadow, it's, you know, it's just not any particular brand. This particular one is BH Cosmetics. It was on sale at the time that I bought it. And it's got a really, really nice palette of colors. So if you can just imagine now, all these colors are available to you to do this project. So let me put that over there. And let me pull off this protective sheet. Put that in the, no, I'm not. I'm just going to put that off to the side. Otherwise, I'm going to be looking for it when I go to put this away, because I know me. But look at the huge, huge array now of colors to do this particular project. All right. So let me pull this down. And what ultimately I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be painting with the eyeshadow, and then I'm going to be enhancing with the colored pencils. And the effect is absolutely outstanding. I love it. And I think you will too. Oh, and you're also going to need a paper towel so that you can go ahead and dabble and, you know, clean off your brush. So be sure you have that. All right. So I'm going to be referencing the previous piece that I did quite a bit here, because I want you to see where I'm going with this. So let me pull this. So I'm going to be doing the purple first, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the pink, and that'll probably be it for this broadcast, because I don't want to get too long with it. And then the next one I do, I'm going to be doing the trees and the bark and then the background. So just depending on how the time goes will dictate how much I get through each segment, of course. All right, so let me put that up. This is a very, very straightforward technique. And I think that you're going to find it to be quite enchanting. I am really trying to knock my pencils over on myself, I'll tell you. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the purple. And I'm going to be dipping my brush in the water. Now, this will be the only time that you're going to see me put my water on top of my page, because normally I would not do that. But go ahead and get your brush pretty damp. And then I'm going to go ahead and dip into my color, which is this one here, my purple. Now, watch how this goes. It's pretty nifty. All right, and here we go. Look at that. It leaves a really, really nice background. Now, you don't want your brush super wet, because remember, we've got stuff going on the other side. You got to be really careful that you don't oversaturate your brush. So what I'll normally do is, after I dip my brush in the water, I'll touch it to my paper towel briefly. And I'm not pressing hard at all, because again, you don't want to soak your paper. Now, you will get a little bit of bumping on the back here, okay? But once that dries, it won't be a problem, especially since you're going to be coloring again. So you'll be all right, but you've got to be very, very careful that you don't soak through. So you dip in your water, you dab it on your paper towel, and then go ahead and color, paint very lightly, very quickly with your brush. And you can see how easily this goes. All you want to do is lay a very fine layer of color here. This is not your final color at all on your paper. You'll see what I mean in a second. So dab in water, dab with the paper towel, and then get into your color, your eyeshadow. Oops, got a dribble right there, that'll dry. But that is what you want to avoid. Try not to dribble on top. Okay, so I'm going to stop my purple. Let's see here. I'm going to stop my purple about there because I'm going to be doing the rest of this in pink. All right. Now, in this particular project, I want my purple to come out to this distance roughly. Now, in this particular one, you got to be really careful because you've got stones here. So here's moon, okay? Here are stones. Now, on the inside of this purple, I want pink. So just be aware of how close you're getting to the rocks here. And again, I'm dabbing very, very lightly. And you don't want to go over this 2 or 3 times, basically. So this is all new here that I'm doing. It'd be just better not to go over spots that you've already done. You don't want it to soak in. Okay, I'm real happy with that. I think what I'm going to do is just pull in just a little bit more right there. All right. And let's see, probably a touch there. All right, I'm done with my purple. That's all I had to do. Now, something I want to show you, let me move this out of the way. You will notice on the purple that I was using, and this will dry, see that little dabble of water? Okay, that's okay. That was building up in there while I was dipping into it. And so that's why you don't necessarily have to dip into your water each time that you're doing this. You can pick up your wet eyeshadow from the water that's naturally gathering in here. All right. Oh, this is just so beautiful. So I'm going to thoroughly clean my brush. And of course that's drying while I'm doing this. Okay, so now I'm going to pick up my pink because I want the pink to be on the inside of that. Let me do this. That didn't help you at all. All right, because I want pink on the inside of that. All right, you can see where that is here. So I'm going to choose one of the pinks in my eyeshadow. Let's see here. And if you're not sure what you want to do, which one that you want, get your cardstock, get some cardstock, and go ahead and experiment with a couple of pinks. See, now that's just way too bright. I don't want that. So I'm going to go with a lighter pink. Let's see here. Give me a second here while I pick out a pink. There we go. That's a good one. So here's my pink that I'm going to be using, which is this one right here. And of course, the more you spread it out, it dilutes and becomes lighter. All right. So dip in my water, dip in my pink, and again, if you're not sure how your color is going to come out, pop it out on a piece of paper first. So now I'm going to do my pink. And again, keeping in mind that these are rocks here, okay? This is the moon, so right about there is where I'm going to stop that pink. Your page is going to buckle a little bit, but that's why you want to move as swiftly as possible over this. Because you don't want to soak your page. Oh, that looks so neat. And if you want to make your paint, your eyeshadow paint, a little lighter, let me show you this little trick. Is go ahead and paint on your cardstock. See how that's getting lighter and lighter? And in fact, you can go ahead and pick up some of the color off of your cardstock piece without having to re-dip into your eyeshadow. And that way it keeps it nice and light. Oh, gotta get that last little one, don't we? Right there. Cool beans. So just spread that out. And let's see here. I'm pretty well, yeah, actually I'm satisfied with where all my pink is gone. So I don't want to add any more. So even though I just dipped my brush, I don't want to touch that. Yeah, I think that looks good right there. So I'm not even going to apply that last swatch of pink. All right, so I'm going to let that dry. And I'm just cleaning my brush here. But I can't emphasize enough. Yeah, it's getting nice and dry here. I can't emphasize enough just what this opens up to you using the eyeshadow. Look at that beautiful, beautiful color. And while that's drying, let me show you the one I did again, see? Isn't that neat? Okay, so there's another step to this, so hold on here. I'm going to put my eyeshadow away. So that's away, and I think that's getting nice and dry here. Hold on, let me brush all that off. All right. Excuse me while I pull this off a minute and air dry this. I'll let you look at that while I'm doing that. Just take a peek. So we want to make sure that the page is nice and dry. And again, you don't want to load this on heavy because depending on the paper with your coloring book, it might soak through and you don't want it to soak through. Now I had a little bit of a soak through here. See that very, very light purple? So I'll just take care of that once I go to color this page. I'll figure out something how to fix that, either with a white paper or just something else to get that out of there. So that's why you've got to be careful, is you don't want it to soak through. But see, none of it came through. None of it came through anywhere else on here, so it's going about like that. But yeah, it did hit, it came through right there. That's what you've got to be careful of. All right. All right, so now I've got that colored like that. And what I'm going to do now is set aside my water so I don't knock it over. And I'm going to grab, let's see here. Let me just double check my colors here. Okay, I'm not worried about that. Yeah, that's the color I want. All right, so using my Cool Banks colored pencil, this is premium, it's called a mallow color, M-A-L-L-O-W. I'm gonna go ahead and sharpen that. Look how beautiful that looks now. All right. So now what you want to do, now that you've laid down your initial wash here with your eyeshadow, let me get you a little closer. Make sure you're still in frame. Yep. All right, now watch. So now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to highlight that purple. Now, you don't want to press too hard because you don't want to wipe out the drawing below it, okay? So don't go just not ramby-pamby, what's the word I want? Just don't go wild in coloring. You've got to be selective where you want to color. And what do I always tell you? When you use your color, start out light, right? And then darken it by passing over it, however many times you want to pass over it. Okay. So now you're going to color and add where you want to enhance the outside of this moon. And here's where there's just so much you can do with this. And again, do this very, very lightly. And judiciously, just don't go, rubbing all over it with your pencil here because, just to add color. You want to look what you're coloring and what you're highlighting. See these dash marks? Let me pull you in a little more. Yeah. Okay. See these dash marks right here? So I'm going to emphasize those. Okay. And then I'm going to lightly emphasize the top. There we go. And then this bottom here. So you want to follow Kirby's lead on how you're coloring this. See how I colored just the inside there, and then all of a sudden it gave this whole thing depth? Yeah. And do this with a very, very light hand, guys. Whoops. You know I've got to at least do that once when I'm doing a tutorial with you. All right. Oh man, that looks so neat. You'll see this whole thing once I pull out. I'm seeing it, of course, because I'm working on it, and it just looks, just really neat. Now, before you go to color, make very, very sure that your page is dry. All right, pull out just a little bit so you can get an idea where I'm at. Now, when you're adding your coloring with your pencil, you don't want to overwhelm the piece with your pencil. Let your eyeshadow wash shine through. So you want to get a really nice balance between the two. All right, so now we're getting into the pink. Now, notice when I put the purple on top of the pink, how neat that looks. So that's okay to blend that a little bit, but don't go too far in because you want that purple to merge into the, come into the pink from the outside of the moon towards the inside. So just come in just a little bit with that. All right. And guys, don't color just to color. Be very judicious with your pencil. While you're doing this. And you don't want to color so much that you lose that wash that you just put in with the eyeshadow. So just be aware of that. But I do want my very outside to be dark. The darkest, I should say. Okay. So let me pull out so that you can see the whole thing. Is that not beautiful? Look at that. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to leave you out here a little bit because I want to touch up a couple things. Now, this is just personal preference. And again, you want your very outside to be the darkest. So I'm pressing probably a 7 or an 8 on this. And then just blend it in there. And that is a personal preference as well. If you want it to be more uniform without emphasizing the outside, have at it, guys. All right, and we want this to merge, so we don't want it to be blunt. So there we go. All right. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? All right, now this paper has warped a little bit because of the moisture. It's all right, no worries. And like I said, the only place that I had it come through, you can barely see it, was right there. So that's why you've got to be really careful. All right. So now what I'm going to do is, I did the purple. So now I'm going to grab pink. And I'm going to leave you right there in the view a little bit away so you can see how I build this. Yeah. All right. So notice again that the pink that I put on here, I refrained from coming in too far. I mean, I probably could have erased here. That's, you know, more rocks and stones up here. Let me check something here. Yeah, I'm going to lighten that. And that is the nice thing about eyeshadow, is it erases reasonably well. So I'm going to pull that back a little bit. My bad. Okay. Okay, so now I'm going to take my pink, which is also my premium. This is my Cool Bank pencil, Pearl Pink. And I'm going to go ahead and, just like the purple, I'm going to go ahead and emphasize some of the areas of this pink. And you'll see how beautifully that comes up. Now, you don't want to do too much on here. Remember, you're just highlighting now with your colored pencils because you've already laid down your main color. So I'm just going to hit the spots on here. Pop up here. Again, take it easy with your pencils. Let your eyeshadow painting come through. Oh, that's just so pretty. I wish you could see it in person. I really do. And I'm going to go ahead and rub my finger over that because I just want to make sure that that comes out nice and smooth. Oh man, that is so pretty. All right, so I just want to erase out one little area here, which I got outside of my little piece. And I'm going to clean up this a little bit. And let's see. Yeah, there's a piece. What do you think of that? Isn't that beautiful? Got some nice coloring through here. Erase that. Okay, so there is that whole moon, the moonscape. And I am absolutely delighted with that. I think it turned out well. The colors are great. You can see how simple it is to apply the eyeshadow. Again, nothing has come through on the back except very, very light, that little spot there. In fact, it's going away as it dries. Absolutely beautiful. All right, guys, so next video, I'm going to be working on the rest of this. I've got the blue background that I'm going to be doing. I'm going to show you the trees, the rocks. Some I will just do straight pencil. Other I will do it with a color wash using the eyeshadow and then adding the, excuse me, colored pencil. Love it, love it, love it. All right, guys, this is ILene Vick for Adult Coloring with ILene Vick. I hope you learned something today. I hope you are excited about this as I am, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, joyous, joyous coloring. Thank you so much for your time. Bye.